Good morning, everyone. We are out at Jana's Market Grill. We're in downtown Faribault. We are Royal Ross and Gordy Kosfeld. I'm Gordy Kosfeld. He is Royal Ross. Royal, thanks for doing this again this year. I really appreciate it. This is our final week. I'm hoping some track and field athletes pop out here. If you're listening and you know a track and field athlete that participated, well, they didn't even have to participate in the state track and field meet. Any track and field athlete, any athlete that participated in spring sports in Faribault, Minnesota, please come on out to Jana's Market Grill. We're on the back patio where they're watering the flowers even as we speak.
That is right. And welcome, Gordy, and thank you for letting me co-host this again with you.
These are petunias, are they not?
I don't know. I'm not a flower person.
You don't know your flowers?
I'm sorry.
There's petunias and daffodils and...
The only thing I know about petunias is your saying of, well, how do you like them petunias?
No, I've said that for many years.
Yes, you have. It's classic.
Hosta's over there. Has some flowers
No, I
in
do
them.
know what a hosta is. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so we are out at Jana's Marketplace in beautiful downtown Faribault. A little gray, overcast here, but we're out on the patio because it's still nice, and we're hardy Minnesotans. So come on down to Jana's Marketplace, have a delicious meal. You can sit down and eat a hot meal here.
There's no bugs out here.
No bugs at all. Or you can pick up...
I wonder if they spray.
I don't know.
Well, don't flowers attract bugs?
Some, yeah. But come on out, folks. Have a nice hot meal, or pick one up to take home or to the office next week when you work, and pop it in the microwave for a couple of minutes, and you get a delicious meal there, too. Remember, everything is made right here in Jana's kitchen, all freshly prepared and everything. I did notice one new thing, and I think this is a new thing on the menu today on their specials, but it was strawberry waffles. So come on out, get a waffle with some strawberries on it.
I had it last week.
Whipped cream. How was it? Was it good?
I didn't take the whipped cream, of course, and I probably shouldn't have taken the other. My blood sugar went pew. But I was wasn't very low, but I was low for me, and I thought, I'm going to cheat. Okay. So I did.
When was it tasty?
It was very good.
Yes. So, folks, come on down. Jana's Marketplace is the place to be, right at the corner of Central Avenue and 2nd Street Northwest.
Had I not done the syrup, I probably would have been okay. If I'd just done the strawberries and which I thought about before I poured syrup on it. I thought, I wonder if I should pour syrup on. Oh, well, I'll just put a little dab on here.
Oh, yeah.
You know what the little dab ended up
being. Yes, you had it dripping, didn't you?
It was very good, though. Seriously, it was very good.
Good.
I'm more of a waffle guy than a pancake guy.
Oh, yeah? I think I would be, too, if they weren't so time-consuming to make.
Well, that's true.
At home. If I go to a restaurant or something, I'll definitely get a waffle over a pancake. But, at home, it's just...
You just put them in the toaster.
Oh, yes. You can get the frozen waffles.
That's what I do.
Okay. And they turn out pretty good, don't they?
And, usually I get the blueberry.
Nice.
Put lots of butter on it and try not to put syrup on it.
Okay. But with the blueberry, you've got a little flavoring and stuff in there, so it all works out, I'm sure.
Is Heritage Days going well for you? It's Heritage Days, Today's the final day.
Yes, today is the final day of Heritage Days.
The medallion has not yet been found. The KDHL medallion should be found today. Today's clue takes you right there.
Yep.
I mean, right there.
Right there. Somebody will find it soon.
If you don't get it on today's clue, I'm sorry to say you're clueless.
What's the prize this year?
Well, it's over a $500 prize. You get $200 cash if you're wearing your KDHL button when you bring it.
Okay.
If you're not bringing the button, you get $25 cash.
Ooh.
And actually, we have we said 4-pack, but it's actually an 8-pack of Twins tickets.
Nice.
You can go to 2 different games, 4 packs each.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great prize.
Up at Target Field, and they're lower level seats, I've been told.
Okay.
I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah. You go to many Twins games?
No.
No, I don't go to many.
I used to, but I haven't since COVID.
Okay. No, I went to a couple there. Beautiful new stadium. I mean, it's just a beautiful stadium. Beautiful experience to go there, too.
Not new anymore. It's over a decade old.
Well, yeah, that's true. That is true. So, but great experience and beautiful stadium. So, yeah, I hope to catch a couple of games this year. And Saints. Do you ever go to the Saints?
I've never been to a Saints game.
Okay. I've been to just a handful of Saints games, too. And, again, that's also fun.
Parking is a real issue over there, though.
Well, I didn't think it was too bad when we went. You
went the light rail?
No. No, we did park, I'm going to call it on site, but it was like, 2 blocks away or whatever.
Under the railroad, the trestle over there?
Well, I don't remember being under a trestle, but, it was a wide open parking lot. But
you had to walk quite a ways.
It was about 2 blocks or so, but what we did is we hired one of those bicyclists, they, almost like a chariot. It's a 3-wheel bike with a couple of seats in the back. We hired them to wheel us up there.
But that cost you?
Oh, it's not much, but you got to tip the guys because it's a lot of work, I'm sure. But I don't remember what it cost, but it was well worth it. Just to ride one of those things is kind of cool.
You ever been over to China?
No.
Taiwan, Japan?
I don't even have a passport.
Some of those Southeast Asian countries that have those. Vietnam, I'm sure, has the, what do you call them? They're not chariots. What are they called?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of what the name is. But anyway.
Have you been to any of the Heritage Days activities?
I was at the mayor's reception on Thursday.
Which was not held in Central Park.
Which was not held in Central Park. Mayor Tom Spooner had to make a call at about 11 a.m., on if they were going to move it or if they were going to try to have it at the park. And at 11 a.m. it was raining and didn't look good for the near future, for a few hours. So he made the call to move it to the Elks Lodge. And I know that upset some people because, how do you get a message out 6 hours, before the event that you're moving it? And about the only way you can get it out is Facebook.
Well, they didn't notify me, and we could have put it on the radio.
That would have helped. Yeah, that would have helped a lot, too, if they didn't notify you.
I told them that in the park, too. I said, why didn't you tell me?
Yeah, they should have. They should have. But Mayor Spooner, in my opinion, is doing a good job, and he did a good job Thursday night at the mayor's reception.
Oh, yeah? Do you have a nice speech or something?
Yeah, just a short one, but and it really wasn't a speech. He recognized people in the audience, and that was nice. All the former mayors that were there.
Were there all the former mayors there?
Jeanette Hammond, John Jasinski, Kevin Voracek. I think those were the 3.
Chuck Ackman wasn't there?
Oh, yes, Chuck was there. Yes, Chuck was there. Yes. Yep.
And will Royal Ross be added to that list sometime?
No. I can guarantee you Royal Ross will not be added to the mayoral list. That's not in my game plan.
But if you were written in?
There's no way that I would get enough write-in votes. And folks, if you're listening, please don't write me in. No, in all seriousness, I think this is probably my final term on city council.
Oh, okay. I like people that realize that we need new blood on these boards and councils and stuff.
This is my 3rd term, and when this 4-year cycle is up, we're going to be close to my wife Luann retiring, and
the perfect timing for you.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be my last term. But you never say never because you don't know what the future is going to hold.
That's true. Yep. Now, I had hoped to get our track and field athletes. Many of them participated in the state track and field meet. Mostly gals were at the state track and field meet, although our highest place finisher was Brock Barner. He's a senior, and I do have the results with me here. I was hoping that they'd be able to get here. I left a message with Shane Gunderson, the activities director at the high school, and asked him if he could get a hold of Mr. Bongers for me, and asked him to get a hold of the kids because I'm sure he's got all their cell phones, and he can text them a message and say, hey, anybody who wants to come out to Jana's Market Grill and talk to Gordy about your state tournament experience, please head on out there. But as you can tell, nobody's out here.
No.
It's just Royal and me.
Me and Gordy hanging out on the patio at Jana's Marketplace.
But Brooklyn Becker was part of a relay team that did place at state. The senior also was involved in the 800-meter run. Unfortunately for Brooklyn, she did not qualify for the finals. But I tell you, in the preliminary, she ended up 16th. And there are, 23 people total in the entire state in Class 2A running in that event. If you were to find out that you were the 16th best at your event in the entire state in your class, I'd say that's pretty good, wouldn't you?
I would say that's pretty good, yes. Is Brooklyn Becker a senior this year?
She is.
I'm going to miss her because she came out and talked to us a few times, and I always miss the young adults when they graduate and we never see them again. It's kind of sad.
Royal is shedding a tear, even as he speaks. I should have put these in the proper order. I did not do so, hoping that we would have some guests out here today.
I think Faribault sent about eight athletes to state, didn't they? On track? I think it was about 8.
I didn't count them. So
I could be wrong, but I think it's about 8.
You got the 4 in the relay team, and then you got Mr. Barner, and you had Madden Paul in the pole vault, and we'll get there.
I wonder how he did. Is that the gentleman that we talked to last year, the pole vaulter?
No, he was he graduated. The guy we talked to last year. Let's see. Savannah Schwartz, a junior, was in the long jump from Faribault. She placed 27th. There were 32 athletes that participated in the long jump in Class AA in the state of Minnesota. 27th out of 32. 27th best in the state, I'd say, is pretty darn good. You know, she participated in the state tournament. The Fiona Voigt, the freshman, who's been on our show during the basketball season, she placed 7th, which makes her an all-state in the discus.
And she's
a freshman.
I was going to say a freshman.
All-state in the discus at 7th place. Stewartville girl by the name of Ella Theobald won that. She's a junior, and she set a class state meet distance. The second place finisher also bested the class state meet distance. Elena French, a senior from Northfield, was 4th. Danica Schindler, a freshman from Stewartville, was 5th. Alexis Schosow, a junior from Winona, was 6th. I bring that up just to tell you our section was loaded in the discus, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely loaded in the discus. Alexandria, of course, not in our section, but the others are in our section. In some other some other Faribault, although I can tell you that Northfield junior Savian Severson in the boys' side was 2nd in the, I think he was 2nd in the, oh boy, we'll check that out later. That was the preliminaries I saw. Finn Larson, senior Falcon, finished 19th in the 400-meter dash. Didn't qualify for the finals, but he finished 19th. And if you were to tell me I was the 19th best person in anything, well, first of all, I'd tell you you're crazy. And second of all, I'd say, boy, how cool is that? Faribault Falcons' Barack Barner had the 4th best, fastest time in the 110-meter hurdles going into the finals. And he lowered that time quite a bit and finished, I believe, 2nd.
Wow. It's 2nd in the finals.
Yeah, in the finals.
Oh, good job, Barack.
I haven't got to that sheet yet, but I believe that's the case. I'm trying to remember this stuff off the top of my bald head. Sort of, kind of. I got the sheets with me here in no certain order. Northfield, this senior by the name of Stephen Feig, was 2nd in the pole vault. That is the event that we told you Madden Paul was in. And he did not qualify for the, well, he did. He did, no, I don't think he qualified. Maybe he did. He qualified for the finals. He was 14th. 14th out of 22 participants.
Like you said, 14th best in the state. I'd take that.
Well, and his seed was 12 feet 11 inches, and he cleared 13 feet in the finals.
Wow.
So that's got to be a personal best, I'm guessing.
I would guess so.
I would love to talk to Madden about that. Madden is a senior, so unfortunately, unless he comes out next season when he's in college, he won't be with us. Isn't that sad?
Mm-hmm. It is, yes. Yep. They come into our lives and bring us joy, and then they leave.
Makaba, I hope I say that right, Petrichka, a freshman from Northfield, did very well in the 800-meter run, which Brooklyn Becker was in. We already told you about her. a couple of Tri-City United girls placed here up the street of Little Montgomery Lonsdale Lee Center is Tri-City United.
Well, like you always say, we got a very, very good section in just about every sport. We are a strong athletic area.
You can see there's a lot of papers here.
Yes, there are.
These are a lot of results. A smart man would have written these down before he came out here, but I never claimed to be a smart man. Grace Porter, you might remember her. She was on our show before. Grace, I think she might have been on with the DECA Club. I think she might have been on with DECA. Anyway, Grace, 15-year-old junior. So I wonder if she skipped a grade.
I don't know. Pretty good achievement so far there.
She was like 14th in the 100-meter dash and 25th in the high jump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And again, 14th or 25th best in the state at your event is pretty darn good. Savannah Schwartz, I think I said that, 27th, didn't I, in the long jump? She was 27th in the long jump. And Voigt, I think that we got them all there.
Where, do you happen to know where the state track meet was held? It was U of M, right?
St. Michael, Albertville High School.
Okay, St. Michael, okay.
It's been there since COVID.
Oh, okay.
Now, I'm going to turn my attention to politics.
All right.
Which we rarely touch on this show.
Not a lot.
But you're a Faribault City Council member, and I wanted to get your reaction to the bonding bill that was passed by our state legislature.
Okay, well.
Remember, the city of Faribault had made a request of our representatives Keith Allen and John Jasinski to ask for some dollars in the bonding bill for the park.
Yep, for Viaduct Park.
Yep. For the, what do you call the skate thing?
The ice skating rink or ice skating ribbon, depending on what we put in.
Well, we did not get any of that, but 8 parks received grants from the state for skate parks.
Skate park. So I bet that is like skateboarding.
I don't know. All I know is 8 cities. Yeah. So who decides which cities get them and which cities don't is my question.
Yeah, that'd be a question for John and Keith, I think. But.
Because Northfield got $500,000. Okay. That's quite the skate park.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But
Rochester got $650,000. St. Paul, $500,000. Minneapolis, $650,000 to go to 2 parks. And Winona got $550,000.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry we didn't get picked for that, but congratulations to those cities. It's going to, be an enhancement to them. But sure would have been nice if Faribault would have got a slice of that.
Well, one could argue. I'm not saying this. I'm just bringing it out there. One could argue that if the city wants a park bad enough, they should pay for it themselves. Should the state fund a park that's in any city?
My opinion would be the local government, whether it's, city, county, or state, they should provide, in my opinion, some amenities that are free or very, very low cost to the public. And a lot of people don't agree with that. They don't think the government should provide anything but roads and fire and police. But we try to provide an improvement in the quality of life. And to me, that's one of the things that the government should do. And I think I don't think it should be anything extravagant or anything like that, but it'd be nice to provide things that, pickleball courts, for example.
Well, I'm not saying I'm opposed to that, but I think if the city wants it, they should pay for it. The state shouldn't fund any of that. The state should worry about the state, and the city should worry about the city. That's just my own opinion.
Yeah.
And again, I don't typically get political on the radio, but here's the one that really got me. $325,000 for a statue of Hubert H. Humphrey in the U.S. Capitol.
300.
$25,000.
$25,000.
That's quite a statue.
That'd be.
I hope Ivan Willock got that bid.
Yeah, no kidding. I hope they commissioned Ivan for that, because that must be one heck of a statue. I mean, I understand that things cost a lot these days, but holy cow.
They couldn't give Faribault a few $1,000 for the park, but they could give $325,000 for a statue of Hubert H. Humphrey in the U.S. Capitol. Yeah. And how long has Hubert H. Humphrey been dead? There isn't a statue there now?
Yeah. I bet he has a picture or two hanging up somewhere.
Well, I mean,
but yeah, probably not a statue.
And you ask the next, a lot of people don't even know who he is now.
Well, they don't. They might know the name, but they'd know the name from the Metrodome probably if they were paying attention.
This, ladies and gentlemen, was in our $700 million bonding bill that was passed by our state legislature in their special session. This one really is interesting.
Okay, lay it on me.
$750,000 for a Minnesota transportation museum.
Where's that going to go? I bet Minneapolis or St. Paul.
$750,000. You got people starving in this state, and you give $750,000 for a transportation museum?
Yeah, I mean, what are they going to have in there? They're going to have, horse and carriages and trains, probably and cars and airplanes.
A train caboose or engine and every kind of, like you say, and they'll have bicycle in there, every kind of transportation. Would you go pay to see that?
Boy, that's a tough one. I don't think I would, to be honest with you, but...
Who came up with this idea, and why did every legislator agree to it?
Well, not everyone. It's probably like... 51% of legislatures agreed to it, I'm guessing. But, yeah, that's a lot of money for a transportation museum. Well, actually, I bet that doesn't get them much of a transportation museum. That certainly can't be the full amount of creating a new museum. It'd have to cost millions to create a new museum.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's a matching thing. Maybe somebody's matching the 750 or something.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of our state, this is just my own personal opinion, and again, I rarely do this on the radio. As people know, if you listen to me, I very rarely express political opinions. But I don't see any reason for state tax dollars to go into a transportation museum. $750,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah, especially when they're talking about having a budget deficit
at the end of the decade. They say they took care of that with some cuts. Okay, now the big controversy in the legislative session among the two political parties was the immigrants, and they're feeding the kids, but they're not feeding the adults.
Are they talking about because of the free school lunch programs?
Well, I don't know if it's free school lunch, but it's the immigrants are not going to receive funding, Medicaid or Medicare or whatever it is, that helps pay for that for the adults. They are doing it for the kids, but not the adults.
Now, do you happen to know, is that for documented versus undocumented? In other
Correct.
Words,
yeah.
In other words, are they still funding?
No, this is just for undocumented. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. It was undocumented. Yeah. Okay? They are doing undocumented kids, but not undocumented adults.
Okay. And to be honest with you, I would have to believe the number of undocumented kids is going to be pretty small, because I think the kids are probably born once the parents get here.
And that's not to say, is again just my opinion, that's not to say that undocumented people are going to starve to death. You got food shelves and everything else that I'm sure they're eligible for, right?
Well, yeah, charitable food shelves and things like that. Yeah, there's a lot of charities out there. It'd be a tough life to live off charities, I think, but yeah, and that is a good point that you bring up, because it is one of the things that I strongly believe in is nonprofits that don't collect government money, but thrive off of donations and volunteers. And I can give you an excellent example right here in Faribault, because I'm on their board of directors, and that's Health Finders. Health Finders does not receive any direct money from the government. They may get some grants that trickle through the system to...
and one could argue that would be a better expense of money than $750,000 for a transportation museum.
Yeah. But they might get some grant money that trickles through the system for specific, I don't want to say projects, but specific initiatives. Like, I know that there was a big push a few years ago for helping immigrants understand diabetes, which you would understand, and how to take care of that and, the insulin and stuff like that. But Health Finders, to me, is one of the best examples around of a nonprofit that really survives on citizens' donations and citizens' time and talents. And I'm a big believer in, people need to donate their time, treasure, and talents to help their fellow citizens out. And if they do that, then we'd have less demand for government help.
That's true. You're absolutely right there. Anyway, I was hoping we'd have athletes out here to talk to, and you wouldn't have to hear me espouse some of this stuff. But I don't know that many people learned what was in our $700 million bonding bill, so I decided to look it up, and that's what I found, because I know that, both Senator Jasinski and Representative Allen were on our AM Minnesota program and talked about the fact that the city had asked them to request money in the bonding bill for the park here in Faribault, the Viaduct Park.
Yep.
And I know that it's not in there.
Yeah.
That 8 parks did receive state grants, including the ones I mentioned.
Now, I'm just going to throw this in there because it is a big political news this morning in our state, but 2 state legislators were shot last night.
Oh my.
2, and included the third person shot was the wife of one of the state legislators. I have no idea if they're Democrat or Republican. To me, it doesn't matter. But yeah, they were targeted, and they figure, from the last I heard, which I haven't heard much, they figured there were probably other targets. But again, I don't know who did it. I don't know, what they were going after, but thoughts and prayers go out to anybody in local government. Some nut job goes and shoots. I mean,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're not, we're not in this local government thing to get rich, I mean, we're in our local governments to do the best we can and help out, but...
You said state government, though, right?
They were state governments, yeah. But I'm including myself because, I'm city council.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, hey, we volunteer our time. I mean, we get paid a little bit, but nothing, you could live on or anything like that.
No, there's...
At our level, but...
There's no room for violence in politics, period.
So thoughts and prayers go out to the state legislatures. And like I said, I don't know who they were at this point. I didn't hear before I came down here, but...
It's interesting that it wasn't on my wire this morning.
Yeah. It is. And maybe... I don't know when it happened. I heard about it right before I came down here, so It was after 9 o'clock when I heard about it.
Okay. This morning when I was doing the news, and of course I look up stuff before I get on, and I did not see that, so...
So yeah, we'll have to
examine that a little bit more. But again, Trex Properties, thank you so much.
I'm going to make one very quick reminder. Heritage Day Parade today starts at 6:15.
That's right. Rain or shine.
Yep, out near North Alexander Park. We cruise down 2nd Avenue there, so please,
folks. If it storms, I doubt they'll have the parade.
If it storms. I don't think it's going to storm. So anyway, folks, if you're not doing anything and you need something fun and get outside a little bit, come to the parade. Yours truly, Gordy Kosfeld, is Grand Marshal this year. Couldn't have picked a better person. So thanks, Gordy, for everything you do for the community.
I should throw out some candy.
But I am Royal Ross with Trex Properties, licensed realtor here in town. We are located in beautiful downtown Faribault, and we also have an office in Dundas, and we specialize in property management, homeowner association management, commercial management, storage, and, of course, some sales. So, folks, if you need a local, hometown, full-service real estate company, give us a call. we would love to help you. Our phone number, 507-334-3499. And our office is right across the street from the post office in the Depot Square building. So, come on.
The Southern